here at the Ultra-Broadband Summit in Singapore, where there's, of course, been a lot of discussion about various strategies and technologies in relation to high-speed broadband. I've got with me one of those at the cutting edge of Ultra-Broadband, Lim Chi-Song, as the Chief Marketing Officer for Huawei South Pacific. Now, Chi-Song, obviously this is quite a demand to roll out high-speed broadband or ultra-broadband.
Yeah.
And a lot of that demand is actually coming from the national level, from governments. So why are governments so keen to roll out ultra-broadband?
Ultra-Broadband has been developing in a very positive way in the Asia-Pacific region. If you're looking back to the past 10 years, how the broadband infrastructure has been rolled out, starting from the very early days technologies of ADSL or copper, and but in the last 5 years, we see a strong momentum in the fiber infrastructure rollout. But until today, even though we receive a very strong encouragement from the government, there's a HSBB in Malaysia that the government actually funded the investment, and we look at in Singapore, NGNBN, in Australia, New Zealand, and so there is a very strong momentum of to roll out the fiber, the broadband infrastructures. However, until today, you see the infrastructure or the experience that this infrastructure can deliver to the end user is really different in the different countries. So in Singapore today, we see end user can enjoy 1 gig and even up to 10 gigs, which is available on the market. You can buy it. But in Malaysia, the average speed is around 10 meg. Indonesia is around 6 to 7 meg, and similar to Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines. So in general, less than 10 meg. So over the 10 years, we see such a big gap in between the developed and the developing country. However, even though they are different, but the whole broadband infrastructures, from the point of operators or even to the governments, is no longer just about ultra broadband infrastructure for a business perspective, for the revenue perspective. I think so. For all individuals, for all the home users, broadband has become a necessity in our life, a necessity for the individual to enjoy the entertainment and also communication, a necessity for the business to do their business, because most of the business application is already on the cloud. Without broadband, you can't even access to Microsoft Office.
Okay, so the business case is pretty clear, but obviously Asian countries are facing some challenges as they try to roll out ultra-broadband. What are some of the strategies they can adopt to overcome those challenges?
Okay, some of the challenges that we see is, as one of the speakers from Indonesia talk about, they have, in general, in the developing countries, they are facing one of the major issues is how to roll out the fibers to the homes, because you're facing challenges of the right of way, and also the site acquisition, and also the high cost of rolling out one fiber all the way to the home. So and that whole process of home access is it could take like a week to 2, and this is significantly slow down the entire fiber rollout in the countries. So that is one big challenges when it comes to the infrastructure rollout. The other challenges is how to deliver the newer services like 4K services to the end users. So you're facing issues like the availability of the contents, the readiness of the network, and also an affordable television set. So looking from the end-to-end ecosystem point of view, I think our industry are not synergized enough to having from devices, network, and content all sync up together to deliver the seamless broadband services.
It needs that seamless ecosystem.
Yep. So how to resolve these 2 challenges? On the one hand, we need the government to understand the bigger pictures, so that the government working more on investing and also subsidizing the operators in rolling out the infrastructures. Second suggestion is to form some sort of alliance so that we can bring all the different parties in the industry together to have one common goal. That will work not only at the infrastructure level, but also on the contents, network, and also the devices. So we need some sort of alliance to be happening in the industry to create that synergy.
Right, and the role of government is quite important too, isn't it?
Yes. So why the government need to be involved is if you are looking at purely from a business case point of view, the operator may not invest enough because the subscriber, they are not sure whether the subscriber need it. So there's a lot of debate whether do we need 4K in Malaysia and Indonesia. If you talk to the operator feedback on the 4K is actually not that positive. They think that end users do not need 4K. But is that true? May not be the case. So in China, 4K contents and services is already very common. So even those the home at the rural area, they can watch the ultra high definition 4K contents. So I think the user demand is always there. It's a matter of considering how to stimulate a better user experience. So if you're looking at the bigger picture of the economics models, we not only looking at the supply and demand, but also with third factors of experience. So the whole economy model is we need to design and to inspire a better end user experience so that the demand is created and then it will pull the supply to cope with the demand. So I think on the bigger picture is how to synergize the supply, demand, and the experience. And on this matter, government will need to play a bigger role on this.
Yeah. Fascinating. So getting broadband and getting fiber broadband rolled out in Asia requires work from a number of parties. It needs industry alliances, and it needs governments to play a hands-on role, and it needs the industry to tap those new applications and new services that will increase the customer experience and stimulate demand. It's a very interesting topic, and it's been a very interesting day here at the Ultra-Broadband Summit in Singapore.